Winston keeps, throws. How about another? This time it's Cody Barton. He's not going down.
Under the bright lights of primetime at Empower Field at Mile High, the Broncos come away with a huge win against the Cleveland Browns, a game that I feel took years off Broncos country, but it's all worth it when you go into the bye week with a win. This defense would have impressive performance towards the end when they were able to lock in. They all mentioned that they didn't play the most prettiest game that they wanted to, but when it counted the most, they made those big plays.
Yeah, I feel like years have come off my life. I feel like I'm 55 years old right now. My heart rate has finally settled. The game ended like an hour and a half ago, and I'm still like a little jacked up from that. It was a fun game, right? Yeah. It's one of those ones that if you're watching at home on TV, if you're not associated with either of these teams, you love watching it. It's a Monday night classic. It's the first Monday night game here with fans since 2018, and man, they put on a show. And like you said, the defense, it wasn't a statistically great night from a yardage standpoint. They gave up the most yards ever to an opposing receiver, the second most passing yards to an opposing quarterback, but they also made plays when they needed to, yeah. Right? Nick Bonito has a pick six in the first half, near the end of the first half, that gives the Broncos a double-digit lead. Later, when the Broncos are leading by just a couple of points, and it looks like, the Browns have a chance to get a field goal, go down, take the lead, potentially win this game. Jaquan McMillan makes the play of the game, gets a pick. He's down on the ground. Nobody touches him. He has a presence of mind to get up and run it back for a score. That put things away. And then Cody Barton tacks on one more. So it was a story, right, of not necessarily the best defensive performance, but they made big plays when they needed to. They had some sacks that were big as well. And Jameis Winston played a great game, but the Broncos defense just made one more play than the Browns offense.
Yeah, McMillan almost looked like he was just celebrating, and the next thing you know, he's in the end zone, and they call it a touchdown. Pat Surtain, after the game, said that he looked at McMillan's home. We are going to make a play. You are going to make a play. And for that to happen at a pivotal moment, everyone was really proud of this way this defense was able to come together. Jonathan Cooper in particular said that it was P.J. Locke, Malcolm Roach that really kind of got them to settle in to really kind of make an impact, especially when you're going against the Browns, and that the momentum seemed to kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, this was a roller coaster of a game, right? And 1 second, the Broncos have the momentum with a 93-yard touchdown pass to Marvin Mims. The next second, the very next play, Jerry Jeudy's got a 70-yard touchdown catch, and you're right, it went back and forth. And it feels like, to me, in the past, this is maybe not the type of game the Broncos win. And we said that last week in Las Vegas against the Raiders. I feel the exact same way tonight as we're standing here at home. Because in the past, you get in these games that are tight, and it feels like everything is going against you in some ways. Bo Nix throws an interception late after the Broncos have a chance to take a 2-score lead, and Sean Payton later says, hey, that one's on me. That wasn't my best play call. But it just felt like maybe things were leaning against you, and yet they still find a way to get it done. And so there's something about this team that we haven't seen in past years, and Sean Payton talks about the makeup of this team. He talks about, obviously, it's a lot of Bo Nix. It's this defense, its ability to make big plays. All those things come together, and ultimately the Broncos were able to pull that momentum back to their side for the very end.
What did you see from this offense? Like you said, the momentum swings, but they were out there really grinding out, making sure that those drives didn't stall out as much, and then Will Lutz obviously gets some points on the board.
Yeah, well, you had a nice drive early where the Broncos go and take a 7-0 lead, and then it was a little bit of a struggle there for a while, and then they come right back out and they piece together another drive, and it feels like just when they needed to make plays, they did. And particularly late in the game, when the Browns go up and take the lead for the first time since 10-7, Bo Nix and the Broncos march all the way down to the Browns side of the field. They face a 4th and short. They end up kicking the field goal. After the game, Bo Nix said the Broncos needed a big boy drive there, and that's exactly what they got as they marched down the field, found a way to put points on the board. The way the Broncos were able to respond there was really impressive, and this offense made just enough plays. And in a back-and-forth game, that's what you got to do. It doesn't always have to be pretty. Just got to find a way to make that play.
Yeah, and they made enough plays to win this game. Like you said, a thriller. They improved to 8-5, in control of their destiny now. As they head into this bye week, what could you say about what this team has done so far?
Yeah, I mean, 8-5, right? That's all you got to say. They're sitting in the 7th seed right now. They've got a couple games up on these other teams that are chasing them, in the Dolphins and the Colts. Got another big one right back here when we come back from the bye against the Colts that would essentially be an elimination game of sorts for Indianapolis. But the Broncos, again, they just continue to impress us the way that they're able to find this positive momentum, win 3 in a row after dropping 2 tough ones to Baltimore and Kansas City. I think that tells you about this team's makeup. And again, I know that we're in a place now where we sort of expect them to win and we expect them to push for the playoffs. But if we think back to where we were just a few months ago, nobody nationally thought this team was going to do much. And so the fact that they've found a way to consistently be different than teams in the past just really impresses me. And yeah, 8th win, got to come back and get a 9th.
Yeah, this Broncos team definitely gave the nation a lot to talk about with this Monday night win against the Cleveland Browns, 41-32, the final score. I am your team reporter, Elisa Hernandez. This is your lead writer on DenverBroncos.com, Aric DiLalla, and we will see you after the bye week.